Hello and welcome to the Q1 security product webinar from Genea. In this session, we're going to cover our big releases from Q1 of this year, as well as a brief look ahead at what's coming in Q2. Obviously, as you're well aware, Genea releases a lot of different features, so we're going to cover the highlights and then give you just a taste of what's coming in Q2 of this year. So without further ado, I'm Mike. I am the co-founder and head of product here at Genea, and I'll be taking you through today's session. So Genea's Q1 by the numbers. We had a great time building lots of new features. We released over 26 new features to the platform in Q1. And it was across our whole set of teams within the Genea security product organization. So tons of great new features, and it was a full team effort. So for the highlights, we had some big ones in Q1. Of course, Verkada video management, OpenEye video management, and ambient AI were some of our critical video management system integrations, with a couple more slated for Q2 this year. We weren't done with integrations on video. We also released our Raptor integration for K through 12 customers that use the Raptor system to orchestrate emergency management and lockdowns. They can now connect that to their Genea system. We also had an Atrium campus integration, so we're very excited to be one of the few access control systems on the market that has both an Illumia as well as an Atrium campus integration for our partners, and of course for our customers to automate user provisioning automation with their Campus One card systems. We also released the Genea AI reporting interface, which is our first foray into AI-powered product experiences within Genea. We also released a 1502 GT controller, which is a four-door variant of the 1502 controller. So last but certainly not least, it seems like everything we're talking about is just integrations, but that was a very heavy focus for us in Q1 this year. So the last one we released was our Tanlock integration, which is a fantastic hardware company that's now owned by Dormakaba, and they make specialty cabinet locks for data centers that we decided to integrate and offer to customers. So those are some of our key Q1 releases. I'm going to go ahead and switch us over into the product, show you guys a few of those integrations, and then we'll come back and look at what's coming in the second half of the year. All right. So in the Genea dashboard, let's start off with, of course, Genea AI. So Genea AI is our first natural language reporting interface powered by AI. While this is loading, one of the things to be aware of is that we at Genea take data privacy and security extremely important. So when we integrate new AI-powered features into the system, we do so with your data privacy and residency completely factored in. So when I say that, basically what's happening here behind the scenes is when you ask a question, we just take your question, wrap it with a bunch of system prompting, send that off to a third-party LLM, and convert your prompt into a SQL query that we then run internally on the database. So we're not sharing your data externally. We're just asking an LLM to convert your question into a SQL query that we run internally. So it's very secure. Data never leaves the platform. All right. With all that said, let me give you a couple examples. So first off, you can just start typing into the system. So I can say, show me the access granted history for the Irvine office today. Of course, you can do that through natural language, or I can come in here and say, you know what, I want to make sure the system really knows what I'm talking about. So you can start tagging different things like doors, locations, users, etc. So let me tag the location Irvine office, and it's going to now show me all of the access granted history at that office. It takes about a minute for it to go through its entire process, pull all the data, clean it up, give it to you in a report. So while that's thinking, I'm going to show you some other examples here. For instance, if you wanted to do a specific individual audit, I can say, show me the badge history for this particular individual at the Irvine HQ. And so that is going to go through and pull a report. So it's going to give me a sample of the report. If the response has more than 10 lines in a CSV file, we don't show you all, a couple hundred lines. We condense it down to 10, and then you can export that if you want to go deeper. So that's one example, like a sort of investigative report. Another example would be, show me the average daily attendance. So in this case, when I ask it for the average daily attendance across all locations for the past 6 months, it's going to give me, by day, what our averages are, and it's going to give me a chart so that if I need to build this into a report, great, I've got the data and I've got the chart to back it up. So it can do investigative reports, it can do charts with analytic questions. It's a very dynamic system. So, all right, coming back to our original prompt, great. Now it's answered the question. I can go ahead and export that to a CSV. And it even tries to break it down by when people first arrived by hour of the day. So that is the Genea AI reporting interface. Hopefully this is a great aid for all of our customers so that they don't have to keep building, custom reports all the time. They can just use natural language like ChatGPT for your Genea data. So moving on to some other integrations in the system. All right. Of course, we added our Atrium campus integration. So that's another a huge win for customers in the university space that use Atrium campus. So again, Genea is one of the first to have both Illumia as well as Atrium campus. It's another big advantage for partners when they're going into opportunities where the customer may be choosing between Illumia or Atrium, as well as a new access control system at the same time. So we're really excited about the Atrium partnership. Of course, we added a ton of video management system integrations. So we got the OpenEye integration, Ambient AI, and of course, Verkada. Both are very easy to set, or all three, excuse me, are very easy to set up. OpenEye and Verkada you can do directly inside the Genea dashboard with just an API key from your video management system. Ambient AI requires a little bit more of an extensive setup process with their team. But for instance, in Verkada here, you can just grab your API key, your org ID, and then set the camera off link in the cameras, and then do your mappings. And now you'll have your video associated with access and alarm events inside of Genea. So same thing with OpenEye. Again, this one's a service account based authorization, and then you link in your cameras and map them. Of course, you'll get the live playback. So I could just open up the camera stream here. It's going to open up that live stream to our camera in California, and then do all the event playback. So as soon as we have a door held, door forced, or any other event at that door, I can go ahead and pull that video back from OpenEye or Verkada. So that is just a quick overview of some of the key features that we've released in Q1 this year. Let's go ahead and start talking about what you can expect from us in the back half of the year. But before I do, if you're ever curious about what we're working on and what's coming, or want to have a say in that process, there's lots of ways to do that. But one of the key ways that customers and partners can see what we're working on at any given time is this product updates section right here in your Genea dashboard. So if you click on that product updates link, it's going to bring you into our real-time customer portal, which will show you all the different features that we're working on. You can see what's in progress by segment of the product. You can also see what's under consideration. So what are things that we're thinking about doing, or most likely if it's on this page, we're actually working on it. We just don't want to give away too much, but yeah, you can come in here and see all the things that we're working on. And last but certainly not least, you can also submit new ideas. So if you have something that you really want Genea to work on, you can vote that here. Our whole product team gets alerted when you submit these to us. And the other thing you can do here is I can come in here and I can, as a customer, vote on certain things. So you can come in here and say important and then write, hey, I am X customer. This is important to me. Here's why. That really helps us prioritize the roadmap. Now, finally, on this page, you can see what's been released this year. So and then last, but certainly not least, like we talked about in the demo portion, is that if you guys are ever curious about what we're working on or want to give us your feedback directly, just log into your Genea platform and you can see that product updates link in the bottom left-hand side of your menu. So thank you guys for joining me on this session to review our Q1 roadmap. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, thank you for being a Genea customer or partner. We really appreciate working with you. With that, goodbye.